Hello, I'm Harold Offeh and I'm an artist. I normally work with performance and photography, often collaborate with people to put on events. Today I'm here at Manchester Art Gallery and I'm looking forward to looking at a very particular work of art. So if you want to follow me in, we'll check it out. The really exciting task of pulling a painting out of the store on one of these racks. Just gonna do it very slowly. Oh wow. This is Lubaina Himid's The Tailor. So I'm going to use my superpower of looking to experience this work. My first reaction is just the scale. So we've got this full figure, this man, and he's got this quite prominent stance. We've got this very confident stare, looking out, looking at me. And then as you sort of work your way down the image, there's this amazing patterned jacket, and that's really vibrant and bright. And as you move down, there's this belt, and then on one side these scissors, and then this brightly coloured pocket that's got this interesting detail of needles and pins, the things that I guess a tailor would use. He's got a thumb in the pocket as well, which I really like. And then the belt takes you over to the other arm, where there's this amazing yellow frilly cuff that's coming directly out of the sleeve. And because it's yellow, it really jumps out. In that hand, he's kind of holding his tape measure that I guess is a key accessory of a tailor or somebody that's going to be measuring to make clothes. There's a really lovely detail actually on his collar. There are some more needles, and the needles have got bits of thread. It's almost like he's been sewing something and then just put the needles there. What really stands out are these pockets. If you get really close, you can see these little dots. It's almost like Lubaina Himid dabbed the paint on, but it gives it a kind of moving effect if you look at them really closely. Looking at the rest of the image, there are these really interesting shapes that are kind of in the background. And they seem a little bit strange in terms of the way that they've been cut. And it could be that they're like a kind of pattern. One thing I do know about tailors is that they do cut patterns. So I'm kind of guessing that these might be that. I don't know whether the fact that they only go up to kind of this part of the arm is a way of not maybe distracting from his face. At the bottom, this floor is really amazing. The way the shapes are arranged, it makes it look like a 3D effect. These shapes are sort of coming out of the painting, and that's a really dramatic effect. In the corner here, there is this shape. I don't actually know what it is. It's a really impressive scale of painting. The figure is sort of life-size, and I think this scale of painting where it's the full body as a portrait is something that traditionally has often been reserved for very important people like kings and queens. And in this, you have this very handsome, stylish black man who's commanding the whole of the painting and drawing our attention to him in a very kind of confident way. And I think it's an example of the way in which paintings, and particularly bigger paintings, can really celebrate people. In this case, this is somebody who's doing quite an ordinary job, somebody who has a skill, who has a talent, and they're giving them this whole big space to project their identity. And I think the result of the scale is it also really draws you in. There's a really interesting thing with this stare. It isn't aggressive or intimidating. And maybe there's a kind of invitation there, or maybe he's scoping me out. And that's also something really interesting with paintings of people. This act of looking, and then also the ability of the painting to look back at you, creates this connection. This is somebody I'd really like to meet, and I might ask him about his work. I'd like to find out about how he became a tailor, perhaps, and how long he's been doing it for. And you might not get those answers back, but It's another way of really looking at the paintings through some of those questions. It's been really amazing to be here today at Manchester Art Gallery. So I would really encourage you to go out there, look at art, engage with it, have opinions about it, and use your superpower of looking.